All right, guys, and we're missing Kobe Hayes today, but let's talk about the season here a little bit. Coming into the season was obviously hoping you have a season with the COVID stuff going on. How nice was it to play? Let's start with Brayden.
It was pretty good, you know. We got back. We didn't really get fans last year, but halfway through the year we did, and it really helped us, I think, throughout the year. So it was a good year. It
was a good atmosphere.
Yeah.
And Russ, obviously, you guys' goal was to get back there with that triple overtime to UTAM, losing to them last year. Get back there and redeem yourselves.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy that we get to play them again in the state championship. Well, I guess we didn't play them last year in the state championship, but we get to play them in like the state tournament again.
Right.
And we just had a really good plan going in and executed it. So.
All right, Dei, what has these guys meant to you as teammates for 4 years?
I mean, they mean everything. They're like my brothers. Wouldn't give the world up for them. And we've been through so much together, so I mean, it paid off in the end.
Tanner, talk about the team effort. I mean, it's nobody's got the ball. Every night there's a different hero on this team, and that's what makes you guys special.
Yeah, I think that's what made us like a really good team, because usually when we go in game planning for other teams, we say this is their best player. If we take him away, we'll win the game. But like, you couldn't really do that with anyone on our team. I mean, if you try to take away Dei, we'd have like Russ make a bunch of shots or vice versa, you know. So it was just really hard to game plan. I think that's what made us so good and special.
Going into the playoffs here, knew it was going to be an uphill battle. You know, kind of target on your back. You guys are number one coming in, and you look at your losses. You hadn't lost to anybody in your, in C2 at all. You had some C1 losses, so technically you're undefeated in your division. But coming in there, you guys have always accepted the challenge.
Yeah, everybody's best shot. Ever since when the season started, we knew people were going to want to beat us since we were one of the top dogs last year. So I feel like we were ready for them.
A lot of hard practice. I mean, Coach makes you guys work pretty tough here, Russ. Obviously, you should know better than anybody, but it's paid off, and so I think it's worth all in the end.
Yeah, it's just crazy how much we have to go through, and it's definitely worth it. It pushes us for a reason, and got a state championship out of it.
Dei, besides the state championship, what's your favorite moment of the season? It doesn't have to be on the court even. I know you guys get together and watch movies and stuff like that. You could, draw something on Russ's face when he falls asleep or something. Who knows?
Best season, I mean, best memorable, that's probably, I don't know, there's a lot.
A lot of them, huh?
Probably, I was making a bet, I was running a ladder.
Oh, yeah.
You never ran it.
Yeah. He never ran it.
He still got a ladder.
Still got a ladder on live TV.
All right, very good. And Tanner, technically you didn't start all the time, neither did Brayden, but coming off the bench, you guys were fine with that. You had your role as a three-point shooter. Brayden had his role. Dei had his. Russ had his. Kobe had his. You guys all knew your roles on the team, and that made it successful. What was maybe something dynamic about this team that people don't know? Something that you guys can tell us.
Well, I think something that made us really good too was everyone bought into their role, like you were kind of mentioning. Like a lot of times it becomes bad if like someone's like, man, I should be the starter, and then it causes like bad team chemistry. But we've always had like good team chemistry, and like I guess it kind of was good for me and Brayden and even Kobe, because Kobe was starting and then he had to come off the bench late in the year. We just kind of bought into it, knowing the end goal wasn't to start every single game, it was to get a state championship, and it all paid off in the end, and I think that's what made us good.
All right, when I say you're the Class C2 state champion, what does it mean to you, Brayden? Has it sunk in yet? I mean, is it completely sunk in?
I don't know, it's still kind of hard to believe, only the second one in school history. It's pretty incredible, you get after the last buzzer Rangers, like, wow, it's like, did that really happen? Like, did it happen? But it's still sinking in a little bit.
Rough, same question.
This is crazy. I mean, not many people get the opportunity to even play in a state tournament. I had an opportunity to play in 4 years, and to finally get a state championship just means everything, honestly.
Dei, what about you? I have a great picture of you pumping your fist and yelling, and so.
Last year we came up short, and this year we got it done. So I think all the practices and conditioning and that stuff paid off.
Tanner?
Yeah, it kind of still hasn't set in that like basketball's over, because this was our last game playing at GICC, and but it was one of the best nights of my life, winning the championship, like after the buzzer, the celebration, everything. It was something I'll remember for the rest of my life. It was awesome.
Yeah, when you get to be an old guy like me and you look in that trophy case and you look back and you see that and you'll remember that night, you'll remember these guys, and you'll always have that memory. So the legacy of this team will live on through that trophy, which is pretty cool. Last question I have for you guys. You got some younger guys out there. You got your Isaacs and some of those other guys that are still on the bench. Marcus, you know, the team is, you guys are leaving, but you're still leaving them in good shape. And so that's a pretty good feeling, Russ. Talk about some of those younger guys.
Oh, yeah. Well, they got great chemistry. I mean, they're going to be really good next year. They'll be back. I know they will. Good
group of talents there, obviously. I can't leave out your brother Gil here, Dave, but he's a good talent as well. Brayden, anybody else on the team that stands out to you that, you know, everybody's kind of picked it up a little bit?
I think Brayden Johnson, he kind of stands out a little bit. He works hard in practice. He's been getting a lot better from his freshman year to last year to this year. He really is becoming a good player.
Tanner, Marcus is kind of a similar player to you. He's maybe a little bit more inside player than you are. He likes to shoot the outside, but anybody else stand out in your mind?
Well, I think they're just going to be like a good team. They have 3 really solid guys who were big contributors to a state championship team, and then, like Brayden said, Brayden too, and they just got to find that 5th, 6th guy that's going to help them put it together. But as Russ said, they'll definitely be back, and I can't wait to watch them play next year. I'll be going to a couple games. It'll be fun to watch them play.
All right, last question. I lied. This is the last question. In 1 or 2 or 3 words, tell me how you want this team to be remembered. Let's start with Tanner here.
State champs.
There you go.
State champs as well.
Very good. Come on, Russ, something else, Russ. Come on, he's thinking, isn't he?
Yeah, state champs. I don't know what else to say.
State champs. That's really all you want to be known for in school. So.
It's a very good 2 words. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.